Good morning. I'm Andy Myers at Weiss Research, and this is your morning market update for Thursday, December 29th. Stocks on Wall Street are holding on to some modest early gains following the latest data on the labor market. 381,000 Americans filed for first-time unemployment benefits last week. The reading was a bigger increase than expected, up 15,000 from the upwardly revised level of 2 weeks ago. However, analysts say jobless claims tend to be volatile around the end of the year. And the 4-week average, a more accurate gauge of employment trends, declined to 375,000, its lowest level since June of 2008. Economists agree that that number would have to remain below 400,000 for an extended period to indicate a healthy pace of hiring. Following the report, the dollar is giving up some of its earlier gains, but it's still near a 15-month high against the euro. The shared currency has been taking a beating recently amid continued concerns about the European sovereign debt crisis. Those fears have not abated, despite two relatively successful bond auctions by Italy over the past 2 days. This morning, the Italian Treasury sold a total of about 7 billion euros in 3- and 10-year debt. The interest rates on both maturities dropped sharply from last month's levels, with the yield on the 10-year bond dipping back below the psychologically important 7% level. However, Italy had hoped to raise about 8.5 billion euros on the sale. U.S. Treasuries have been in demand lately as investors search for safety in the markets. The yield on the 10-year note dropped to a 2-week low yesterday, and right now it's holding steady around 1.92%. Meanwhile, one asset that no longer appears to be benefiting from its traditional safe haven status is gold. The precious metal continues to fall this morning, extending its losing streak to 6 straight sessions. Gold is now trading around $1,535 an ounce, its lowest level in nearly 6 months, and it's down more than 10% in December alone. However, oil prices have been moving in the opposite direction recently. They've been driven higher by geopolitical concerns, including a threat by Iran that it may close the Strait of Hormuz, a key shipping lane, in response to new sanctions. After a decline yesterday, crude is back on the rise today, once again approaching the $100 a barrel mark. Turning to corporate news, we're seeing a big decline in shares of Mosaic. The agricultural products giant said it will cut its output of finished phosphates due to lower prices in the fertilizer market. Mosaic is dropping more than 3% on the news. And finally, we have a deal in the pharmaceutical sector to tell you about. Alexion is buying privately held Inobia Pharma for as much as $1.1 billion in cash. Inobia makes treatments for extremely rare and life-threatening genetic disorders. That's the latest from Weiss Research. Have a great trading day.